If you can hear me talking. Weekend special, weekend special. It is what it is right now. It is what it is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live here at the Independence Stadium. My name is Emmanuel Nkara, lead commentator for African Stars TV. And yes, we've got new toys. We've got new toys. Everybody has been saying a lot on the live stream regarding certain things. So we got new toys. So I hope you appreciate our small investments. But yes, we are live for what is going to be a very interesting game between, I would say, just general heavyweights in the Debmarine Premiership. Of course, we have the home team, African Stars, the Debmarine champions, against the guys from the coast, Blue Waters. And of course, we know that last year Blue Waters was a team that Blue Waters was the only team to beat African Stars in that what we can still call maybe the unbeaten season. And so far this season, African Stars actually drew 0-0 with Blue Waters. So Blue Waters haven't suffered any great losses or triumphs from African Stars against them. So they are a team that can hold their own. So this will be one to watch. And of course, Blue Waters have had their own good results. We will get into that. Of course, the game hasn't started yet, but as the players are getting out, I must say that Manchester United versus Liverpool will be interesting. I'm a Manchester United fan, as I assume everybody in the world is. But let's go through the starting lineups for this African Stars versus Blue Waters game. First, in goal for African Stars is Disiro, with Hambira and Garuka at centre back. Javera is starting at right back. And of course, Jackson Johannes will be at left back. Sorry for that pause. In the midfield, we'll have our captain, Ronald Kachere Stiga, alongside Bakonja and Dion Dennis. And then up front, the three danger men, Kambatu, Weturu Kambatu, who has a goal tally of 10 goals and 16 assists, alongside Willie Stefanis, 15 goals, 12 assists, and the man that made the magic happen in Friday's game, Ibrahim Yosef Juja, who scored 2 goals against Okahanja United. He has 7 goals. So that is the starting lineup for Coach Ronnie Cananelo's African Stars team. For Blue Waters, the starting lineup is as follows. In goal, we'll just have to confirm that position, but just before the announcer has his moment. But as a starting lineup, we have Arald, we have Akume, we have number 30, David, we have number 19, Haifiku, we have number 7, number 27, Emmanuel, who is my namesake, as you can see. We have number 20, Lazarus. We have number 24, Leslie Kukuweb. We have number 22, Nambuli. Number 10, Gurirap. Number 6, Hybib. And lastly, number 12, Pandeni Kanjabanga. And that will be the first 11 for Armando Pedro, the head coach for Blue Waters. Of course, this music has gone down now. We do not want to be copyrighted for any issues there on YouTube. YouTube is always watching. But please enjoy the game. It's still important. Still important 3 points here for the Red Army. They are in first with 56 points. Blue Waters are fifth in the log right now with 38 points. Sorry, it's very dusty here where I'm sitting, but 38 points for Blue Waters. They are in fifth with Mighty Gunners just above them with 39 points. And of course, Blue Waters won their game versus Orlando Pirates 3-0. And Junior Pietrus, Gattuso, and Karireb were the scorers in that 3-0 rout. So the number 10 for Blue Waters, Asaka Garireb, is one to watch as he scored yesterday against Orlando Pirates. I would have loved to see Junior Pietrus starting. Doesn't seem that Coach Pedro advised that he would be in the starting lineup. Almost a chance there, but Awilo just couldn't get that flick on. Blue Waters is a team that doesn't play around. The guys from the coast. There's Garireb. Garireb is going to get that connection, but Disiro is alert. Gurirab. I apologize. Gurirab. Gurirab. The number 10 for Blue Waters. The leading striker, leading the line between Hambira and Garuka. Hambira just getting it to Jackson Johannes. Jackson Johannes finding Juja, which is a very simple pass. It needs a simple pass infield. And unlucky that went out for a corner. In football terms, we would have said 45. So that he just passes it directly to the penalty spot for an easy tap in, but it unfortunately bobbed out for a goal kick. Other results from the other games: Live Fighters beat Young Brazilians, so a good 3 points for Live Fighters. Now they have 19 points. And Okakarara Young Warriors have 20, and the next team, Orlando Pirates, have 21. So Live Fighters maybe have an opportunity to get out of the relegation zone in their last 4 games. Hard tackle there on Kabato. So well done to Live Fighters for maybe mounting some bit of form. And of course, the other game, it was just UNAM FC, of course, drawing 1-1 with Comas Nampo, which was a great result for African Stars already on Friday. Here, Arend getting it to his number 22 partner, Nambuli. And the player definitely received a robust tackle there, and it is a head injury. So the referee will have to stop that, and he does. Head injuries you do not play with, but oh no, the referee now is looking at his ankle, so it is not a head injury. It's funny how players now, when they do get tackled, they rub their head to signal that it is a head injury. And then once the referee has stopped play, they hold their ankles to actually say, no, it was an ankle injury, but play has already stopped. So certain loopholes in the game. Almost a good turn there from Gurirab, but nothing doing as a foul. Here's Ambira. Johannes. Juja with the turn. Good collection. Will he use his left foot? He won't. He will use his right. He does turn. He will have to use his left foot. He puts the cross in, and it unfortunately goes out. Emmanuel, the goalkeeper here. Arend. Back to Emmanuel, who needs to clean up, and he does. Nambuli is there just asking or supporting him, but he chooses to go long, trying to find Gurirab. Safely out by Ngaruka. Lazarus gets it to his captain. Here's now on the right, on the left wing. Hobeb almost got it to his left back. Left back playing with a number 7 jersey. So he is maybe one to watch, the number 7 out there from Nambuli. But Hobeb keeps it in and finds Gurirab, but almost Kambatu. Good 1-2 with Stefanos. Dion Dennis, a flick. Dion can still get that, but a good anticipation from Nambuli. Here's Hobeb. Finds Lazarus. Lazarus finding his right winger, and he does. And almost a good pass there from Kulula, the right wing, trying to find Karured, and Safanis couldn't thread himself in between two players there, Arend and Nambuli. Lazarus finding Gurirab. Missed time pass, and Kambatu cleans up. Stefanis, good one too. But Konja just couldn't collect it under his feet for the all-important control. And it is now a corner to African Stars, which Kambatu on the ball. Let us know where you're watching from. We are here live at the Independence Stadium for an important 3 points. Ball in the box. Emmanuel with a good tap there. We are obviously live in Windhoek City. Very good sunny day. A little bit windy. I thought the wind would pick up and interrupt the game, but it is good conditions. Keep your shots low, because maybe if you keep them a little bit high, the goalkeeper might, or maybe keep your shots high. Maybe I must correct myself in saying that. Maybe the wind of the ball will be able to keep the goalie questioning the flight of the ball, and you never know what happens. You can only shoot. You can only score if you shoot. Oh. That's what I'm talking about, man. Juja with the second opportunity. Take the shot. He passes it into Kambatu. Kambatu control. Kambatu shot. And just as I was talking about taking long-range shots with the wind, African Stars currently, if I'm looking at the wind right now, they are playing against the wind, but the wind is changing. But Juja just took a beautiful shot there as I was talking about taking long-range shots, and it maybe gave Emmanuel in goal a few questions. He hit the post, came back out. Second opportunity, Kambatu couldn't put it away, but it has led to a goal corner. And that is a header. And it's not him again, is it? It can't be him again. It is him again. No, it's slow poison. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a goal for the person who I keep on calling slow poison, Javera Romario. Where was he? Well done to Romario Javera, scoring what I believe is his first goal of the season. An impressive header after what is and was a good cross into the box from the corner from Willie Stefanos. So Willie Stefanos again with another assist, bringing his assist tally to 13. I mean, 13 assists in a season is crazy. And Romario Javera, slow poison. He's fast, but he's slow, but he's fast, but he's slow. Has put the Red Army ahead here in Windhoek City. Here is Garuka. I was thinking that in my celebrations, I was thinking that it was Juja again with another header, and then really, I would not have anything else to say. But this man is very prolific with his headering once again. And then I thought it was Charles Hambira, but as the player came closer to the box of commentary, I could understand that it was slow poison Romario Javera. Blue Waters almost studying a good passes in between there in the midfield. Stiga needs to not allow that to happen more often between Gurirab and Lazarus in that midfield. And here's another opportunity going in the midfield, but it's cut out by Dion Dennis, who tries to maraud through, but is cut out by Nambuli. Cross comes in from Kabatu, but safely in the hands of Emmanuel. Here's Lazarus finding his captain. His captain with a bad pass. Johannes. And almost a good pass there from Stefanos trying to find Kambatu. Kambatu's doing a good job by cutting into infield. Stefanos is the leading striker in that top three. He is the ST, or maybe we will call it a CF. But what Kambatu is doing well is he's narrowing the field, although he would also love to go wide, but it does allow Stefanos to cut a little bit deep. He's more of a deep lying striker, more like Harry Kane at Tottenham. And he can find those passes where Kambatu is just running in behind the left sided centre back. And that's maybe the pocket of space that those two like to find between each other. Here's Nambuli. Almost a good ball there to Kulula. And Kulula, the right winger, just saying thank you for the attempt. If you're just joining us, just make sure you let us know where you're watching from. Please share, like, and subscribe to all African Stars content, and tell your friends and family, hey, African Stars is live and they have new technology. So definitely thank you to the individuals at B that have made this technology possible. It just gives this closing stage of the season more emphasis and more importance. Crunching tackles there from a few players, especially Kambatu there at the end on Ukumep. And Ukumep now is going to be the one to take this free kick to put it into the box. Cross comes in. It's going to find the back post, but Ahmed wasn't going to attempt the header, so he has left it actually to go out, and that is a goal kick to Stars. Just reading some of the comments that you have sent into the chat over here. So send us your comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Here is Makonja just with a bad pass there. Here's Lazarus. Arend. Header out there from Hambira, who's always good with his head in defensive plays. Coach Ronnie Canalelo is screaming at Juja, informing him to run in. Good feet there from Slow Poison. He's playing well now because he has a goal, Javera. And here's very good space for Weturu Kambatu. Trying to find Dion Dennis, but was safely away there from Nambuli. And here's Akumep, who has lost the ball. No, sorry, that was not Akumep. That was Haifiku. Haifiku lost the ball, and Akumep tried to clean up. Got into the midfield, and a foul on the captain, Pandeni. Just a change of balls. And here's the captain, Pandeni Kanjabanga. Very good surname there. Taking that free kick, but it leads to nothing as Aren just wastes it on the right wing. And here he will have a second opportunity, and he does better at clearing an important clearance for Blue Waters. One goal ahead here for African Stars. I'm sure the higher ups, the Red Army, will be satisfied. 10 minutes into the game, Slow Poison, Romario Njavera put that header in after a corner from Awilo. So the Red Army is satisfied at the moment. No real chances from Blue Waters so far. Lost there again by the defense. Oh! And that was a good turn. And I believe that is a yellow card for Arubakir Arend. Yep. For a clinical tackle there on Juja, who cut him in half and almost had a opportunity on goal. Thank you, Shirley, for loving the new technology. Watching from jail, you got arrested last night, Marley. Wow. That's an interesting story. I hope you get out on Monday. Kambatu is going to calculate this free kick. I know he's going to take that shot. He took it low, which is interesting. Oh, opportunity. And it must be said that was a great opportunity again from Javera, who had the ball at his feet. Here he has to do some defensive duties against the Blue Waters. But again, Blue Waters losing the ball. And it must be said, a double header is hard to play. Beautiful ball from Awilo to Kambatu. Kambatu almost getting one of the best through balls I've seen all season. If he was able to get that in. And here we are with Nambuli finding bad touch there from Akumeb. Stefanos. Javera puts it in the box, but it's right there for Emmanuel. Here's Lazarus. Kalula almost trying to thread a through ball there for his number 10 striker. And Arend just making safety options for Blue Waters. He does not want any attacks on his right side of the back four. He is the right-sided centre back, the number 17 Arend. He has a yellow card, so he would want to clean everything out as soon as possible, and I think that might be an opportunity for Stars to take advantage of sooner or later. That's a good through ball from Dion Dennis to find Juja. He will find Stefanos, and Stefanos will look for the cross. He doesn't, and he loses it in a throw-in. Free kick here for Blue Waters, and here's Emmanuel trying to maybe loft it up, trying to find his attacking players, and he does in the form of his right back. The right back puts it into the box, but Hambira's positioning is good. Stefanos finding Kambatu. Kambatu with a great touch. Arend is going to find him. Can he beat Arend? Kambatu puts the cross in, and Emmanuel does well to get that catch. Lazarus. Dion Dennis. He cannot lose it there, and he does. And Homeb will try to clean up for Blue Waters. He does well. But Haifuku just losing the ball, trying to chip it in for a striker that was not there. Nambuli struggling with Juja. Juja finds Dennis, and Dennis found Awilo, who tried to put it in, but good defensive header, and that was good by David, the right back. Pandeni trying to find Homeb, but Javera is strong, and Javera is too strong, and maybe that wasn't a free kick for my viewing, but the referee maybe just being slightly favorable. And that was a foul on Haifiku. Here's a free kick, and these are interesting moments. Here, Akume puts it in. Oh, finds Arend, and that is offside against Blue Waters. Almost a good through ball there, but maybe too smart for everyone else. Here's Nambuli. Homep. Arend. Kalula loses it again to Johannes. And Stiga did well there to find Kabatu, who has beaten the left wing, and almost a flying volley there from Juja. And it does find David, the right back, mounting another attack here. Kalula. No need for a back heel there, but it almost ended badly for Stars, and Blue Water still have the ball in Pandeni. Jabanga, the captain for Blue Waters, taking a shot but safely blocked, and Stiga cleans up, finding Kambatu. Kambatu putting it up unnecessarily. Garuka did try to clean up, but Hobeb just couldn't keep it in. And luckily, it is a throw in to Stars, and Ronnie Canalelo is using his finger to tell Bakonja that he needs to work. Wow. He is pointing his finger. I'm sure you could see that in our pictures. He is he is angry. Here's David. Lazarus finding David. David tries to find Kurirep. But again, Hambira's positioning is very calculated. He can see what's happening before him, and he stops it before it even happens. So Hambira has done very well to stop any attacks coming from that left flank or the right flank of Blue Waters. And here he is again, Charles. Charles Hambira has done well in his goal scoring form as well. He hasn't done well there to actually win a corner for Blue Waters. He was trying to shield the ball, and while doing so, he inadvertently kicked it out. So it is a opportunist corner for Blue Waters that the left back Ukumeb will be taking. So maybe his left foot is a valuable thing, this left back. He's wearing the number 7, so he can do these things, but safely away from Stiga, captain. Not having any of that nonsense. The spectators, yes, the spectators are hardly here today. I think people are resting after the weekend. Of course, there is Manchester United versus Liverpool, so maybe people still have this notion of supporting people from other countries when their own nationalities are having important fixtures at great stadiums like the Independence Stadium. These are important points for African Stars, and with a 1-0 lead, they would want to go into the halftime break with this 1-0 lead. And of course, again, your comment, yeah, a little bit playing better than what they did against Okanja United. Okanja United were no suckers. They really came to play. They scored first, and African Stars had to come from behind to make it 2-1 going into halftime. But a good corner from Awilo and a good header from Slow Poison Javera has given the Red Army a favorable advantage here in this game. Yes, Bakonja. Bakonja has scored interesting free kicks before. Ronnie Canalero actually implored him to actually keep it simple, where he wanted to take a shot. Ambira has to be quick here, and he is not far enough, and Dion Dennis does well to clean up there. But Bakonja did want to maybe take a shot there. Bakonja has 3 goals and 2 assists so far in the season, and he has 1 goal versus, I believe it was that 10-0 rout versus Young Brazilians, where he scored a very long range free kick. But his coach advised him not to take that shot. And it is a throw in to Blue Waters, which is strange as it clearly went off the Blue Waters player. But the linesman not catching that. And these are the moments. Akume with the throw in, which will be long. Almost a header there from Kurirab. And it finds Juja. Juja finds Stefanos. Stefanos will look up. Stefanos will cross it, trying to find Kambatu. But safely away from David, the right back who was on Kambatu. Emmanuel, the goalkeeper, needs to be smart because he's messing around at the back. And Kambatu almost had an opportunity to make it 2-0 to Stars. It's still in the attacking moments here for the Red Army. As Johannes put it in there and Arend had to header it out. But it's now still combinations here for African Stars. Dion Dennis does well to keep the ball after a slip. Slow Poison. Javera leaves it for Stefanos. Header. Oh, an open header. Look how open he is. There's still nobody next to him right now. Ibrahim Yosef Juja. Well, I've been saying that his header ability is a great attribute, and it still is. He maybe overthought it. He maybe saw the flight of the ball. Somebody else was going to get a hit on it. But that was a very simple header for Ibrahim Yosef Juja to get himself on the score sheet and to put African Stars 2 goals ahead. You wouldn't want to watch that highlight again. Watching from Marienthal. How is the sun over there? Here's Kalula. He puts the cross in. Oh! Javeda had to be smart with that header. Almost finding Kambatu, but Aren cuts him out. And actually, that's Hobeb that has switched wings with Kalula. So Hobeb, Enrico Hobeb, has now gone to the right wing. And Erastus Kalula has now come to this left wing. Akume puts that cross in. It's a good one. Almost trying to find Haifiku, but Isiro is too good for that. Dion Dennis is doing well there to disrupt play in that midfield. It must be said, he has been he has touched every Blue Waters player in that midfield and has given them some knocks. He does give the free kick away, but so far his defensive duties have been very well, and I'm sure Stiga, an older man, would be thankful for what his number 17 Dion Dennis has been doing in the midfield so far. Free kick comes in too far and away from Kambatu. Watching from Swakopmund, Karibib, Ochivarongo, and Brazil. Wow. Kajabanga, the captain, losing it to Kambatu. He brings it out to Stefanos. Stefanos to Dion Dennis. Dion Dennis, he was impeded. He's still going to try and win it, and he does with Stiga. Hambira tried to clear it, and he blasted into Lazarus, and it almost fell to another Blue Waters player, but Desiro was smart enough to read the danger and to come out and collect. Here's Arend. Hobib just kicking the ball out. Must control there. We would want to see and pay attention to other results today, as we know other teams that are playing today, like UNAM versus Young Brazilians, which started at 2 o'clock. And then we have Live Fighters versus Comas Nampo at 3, started at the same time as this game. So if anyone has that scoreline, we will definitely update you on that scoreline, because Comas Nampol is one of those teams to watch out for in the top 3 in this log. So we will definitely give you that scoreline soon enough. Miscontrol by David, the right back there, Twafeni David, and it is a throw in to Stars. And the other last game is just Orlando Pirates versus Okahanja United. So, of course, we know that Ongos FC is not playing this weekend. Watching from Rehoboth, Oshakati, and Walvis Bay. Your Blue Waters team, you guys are losing. What's going on? Watching from Oshakati, Taleni. But yes, we will. I'm actually making sure that I get a update on that Comas Nampo versus Live Fighters game. Live Fighters will have to. It's a tall order for Live Fighters to do something, as they are in the bottom of the log. I mean, sure, it'll be tough for them to get a result to try and stop Comas Nampo from getting 3 points. But wow, if Live Fighters could do African Stars a favor, I'm sure certain people will shake certain people's hands at a later date. Here's the captain, Kajabanga, just losing it again. Dion Dennis doing well. Doing well, Dion Dennis. Here's Tiga. Oh, Kambatu destroying his midfield is David. But David, he recovered well. Got the ball away from Kambatu. Hambira, missed time pass. Haifuku trying to find Kalula, but that's too much of a pass to find his left winger. Scoreline for Nampol versus Live Fighters. It is 1-0 to Comas Nampol. Thank you, Hange, for that update. So Live Fighters are fighting for their lives there. Bakonja could have had an easy flick on there to Juja, and they might have something on there towards the goal of Blue Waters, but it was too much of a flick. Oh, that's a free kick. That's a free kick, unfortunately, on Stiga. There was no malice in it, but it is a free kick to Blue Waters. Charles from Horijas, watching from Komasdal, Freedom Square, and Tumib. Thank you guys for all watching. Make sure you share and tell your football friends and family that African Stars is leading, and the header there from Aifuku doesn't interrupt anything, doesn't give Stars players any danger, and Arendt must be said that that's a good header away from Kambatu, because Kambatu was watering his mouth. Foul on Bakonja. In the last 5 minutes of the first half, it will be interesting to see if Stars can hold this lead. And the ball has been played into David, and that is a waste. And Armando Pedro Cachipea, the head coach of Blue Waters, will not be happy with that wasted free kick in a advanced position. Stefanis working on Arend. Arendi, he seems like a lanky player. Maybe sometimes doesn't have his feet under him. He a real natural traditional centre back. He is Abubakar Arend, the number 17. He has a yellow card, so he needs to clean up as soon as possible. And unfortunately, he's given the Red Army a corner, which maybe will calm the nerves for these players. And Stefanis is good with this. Shot! Weturu Kambatu. Watching from Walvis Bay. Luderitz. You watching from work. And Ochimise 3. Ochimise 3, you should have come to the stadium just to watch the game. That is Fares. You should have just come to watch the game. Good tackle there from Kalula. Beating Javera, and Kalula takes a shot. But it's a rare occurrence that we see a shot for a throw-in. And that is a shot for a throw-in from Erastus Kulula. It's always a good day when you see somebody taking a shot for a throw-in. It's a beautiful thing to see. And Blue Waters really haven't had many chances in this game. Desiro probably is not having too much sweat on his forehead. Fairly comfortable so far. The Red Army has hit the post in Juja. And Juja had another opportunity with a clear header. And of course, slow poison Romario Njavera scoring after a corner from Awilo. So African Stars have had the more attempts. Here's Haifuku finding Kulula. Kulula cutting inside when his better option was outside, but he still wins the free kick. Kanja United versus Pirates is 1-1. Watching from Luderitz, watching from Kobakura. Watching from Canada. Wow, interesting. Watching from Omitara. Oh, and Fris, you are sick in bed. Oh, no, I understand. And watching from Tumeb and Ice. Freaky comes in. And it was Abubakar Arend who had that header. And he's still screaming. But it was well wide. But maybe we'll give that as an attempt to Blue Waters just so they can have an attempt tally on the board, but it was well wide in that header. And Hambida with a lazy clearance, giving it back to Blue Waters, and Lazarus Garuka had to save the day, but really uncharacteristic there from Charles Hambida. And Emmanuel just throws it out, trying to find his left back. Thank you, Eddie, watching from Huriankhap. Yes, no, of course. African Stars TV is a production. The management is proud to do this. We're having fun. The higher ups, they give us what we need. The players give us what we need, and thank you guys for tuning in. It wouldn't be possible if people didn't tune in. So thank you, Mr. Eddie. Watching from Comoros, Ibrahim Yosef Juja almost scored from a header today. He scored 2 goals yesterday or on Friday, so he is on form. So let's see how he does in this game. Cross comes in. Could head that out there from Blue Waters. Ezra, yes, I am biased because it is a African Stars platform. I am an African Stars fan. It is like Arsenal TV. If Arsenal TV would commentate their game, do you think that if they're losing 3-0 to Watford, they would cheer Watford's goals? I don't think so. So yes, it has to be bias. Yes, David finding Kajabanga, who has done well. Ish. That's a good highlight for the captain there for Blue Waters. David finding Hobeb, but safely away there from Charles Hambira. There's 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. Referee hasn't seen it, but play goes on. Arend with a good cross in the box, finding Gurirab, and Gurirab, it gets the ball to Kulula, and Kulula puts it in the bottom right corner for Blue Waters. It is a goal for the boys from the coast and the closing stages of the first half. A good sucker punch there in the gut of African Stars. Erastus Kulula with that goal. And he was playing first on the right wing. He switched with Enrico Hobeb, which has maybe been a good tactical switch, as he has been quite eventful here on the right wing. And another through ball, almost finding Gurirab once again. And it was Gurirab who started that opportunity, which must be said, their first good opportunity, Blue Waters, and they scored from it. So it is 1-1. Gurirab was the first player to get into the box, and it fouled to Erastus Kulula, and he had an easy task to slot it in the bottom left corner of the goal. Desiro was caught in no man's land. And now the ascendancy in the last few minutes of the game is with Blue Waters. Free kick will be taken from Akumib. He has a good left foot. But it's too high. And that is half time. between African Stars and Blue Waters. Blue Waters scoring in the final seconds of this first half from a goal of quite a innocent mistake at the back line for African Stars. Erastus Kulula equalizing for Blue Waters after a quite controlled game from African Stars. A goal coming from Romario Slow Poison Javera, a header from a cross from a corner from Awilo. So the Red Army, the boys are just talking to themselves there on the pitch still while the half time whistle has gone. Let's see what happens in the second half, as it is African Stars 1, Blue Waters 1. For those of you who are still watching in here at halftime, the stream is still on, so we can just have a chat or just like to see how the other results are doing. But if you have any questions for me or any African Stars or any football questions, you are very welcome to have any questions for me or any updates or any questions about who I support. Well, I support Manchester United and Juventus. So that is that. But if you want to say anything about what you just saw in the game, please put your questions in the chat. I'm just trying to find more results, halftime results between Live Fighters and Comas Nampol. But as it stood, it was 1-0 to Comas Nampol. Question from from certain important people. Does the new technology have replays? The question will be answered very soon. No, it doesn't have replays, but it soon will. I believe I'm getting word from technical. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, the new technology does have the ability to have replays, but replays are have to be dumped somewhere. As in, if a replay is stored, it has to be stored somewhere, and there's no SD card in the new technology as it stands. But I've just heard from technical as of next week they will experiment and make sure that replays is a thing that we can have for the final stretch in the season. Good question. Any other questions from any other? I see 60, I see 70 of you watching in this live stream so far. So I'm sure that somebody has a question for me. Or let me pose a question and let's see who knows their African Stars content. How many goals does Weturu Kambatu have so far this season? If anybody can give me that answer, I will I will buy you I will buy you something nice. If you can tell me how many goals does Weturu Kambatu have? The first person, 10 goals. Yes. Wele Wele Murangi. Yes. Sorry, Kazao. You have answered incorrectly. It's not 8 goals, it's 10 goals. So, Wele Wele, I'll buy you some Smarties at the shop when I see you next time. When you come, when you watch the games, you must just let me know. I have to buy you a chocolate or something. Away. You got that right. 10 goals. Almar watching from Germany. Cheers. Or how do they say cheers in German? They say Post when they have beers, right? Post. Yeah. Kambatu has 11 goals. No, Kambatu has 10 goals. Stars just needs to be fast as usual because they're much slow. And the commentator, please tell Kambatu and Stefanus to score. I need goals from them. Yes. Yeah, I will tell Stefanus. Stefanus obviously has 15 goals and he has 12 assists. Kambatu has 10 goals and 16 assists. So let's see if the boys can put some more goals and more assists. Oh, Wele, you are in the UK. No. I will email some sweets for you because you answered correctly. I've been asked a question. What is my prediction for the game versus Manchester United and Liverpool? Hey, bruh. Me, I'm a real person. We are going Manchester United because I'm a supporter of Manchester United. We are going to lose. We are going to lose thoroughly. I think it's going to be 4-1. You guys about African stars, and this is going to be a hard question to ask, a hard question to actually get, but let's see if you can get it. On which day did coach Ronnie Canalelo join African Stars? On which day? Of course, we have the year, we have the month, and we have the day. We know what year it was. It was this year. But on which month and which day did coach Ronnie Canalelo join African Stars? It's a very hard question. Very hard question. I'm sure everybody's Googling now, trying to find the answers to that question. On which day did coach Ronnie Cananello join African Stars? What was the date? Watching from Brazil, veteran Pogba Aita. Willie Willie says the 22nd of February. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I have a different date here, but it's very close. Very close. 20th of February. Yes, that is indeed correct. 20th of February. Uh, Mr. Kauta, you have I owe you a bar one. When you see me next, I owe you a bar one. So you have gotten that question correct. It is the 20th of February. So make sure that you see me next. I owe you a bar one slab of chocolate. How can I get replica shirts? I am in Canada, Toronto. Okay. Let me write that down, and I will actually inform the management that somebody wishes to. In fact, what I think you should do is inform the Facebook page or the Instagram page via DM, saying that you wish to actually get a shirt, and you are in Canada. So I think that that would be the best way to do so, and I think do so on Monday morning after everybody's rested after today and such. I think that would be the best thing for you, Miss Shirley Shea. But I think it's possible, yeah. Where can I buy African Stars outfits, and how much are exactly the t-shirts? So I think the t-shirts are 450. Let me get the right information from technical. So the supporters shirts, there's no replica shirts, so there's no replica football shirts, but there are supporters shirts. They are $400, and I believe you would get them from the main office of African Stars. So just find the number, go through the social media. I'm sure the social media management will pick up a comment or pick up a direct message, and they will be able to inform you. So the supporters shirts, no replicas. I apologize, Shirley. There might not be replicas. Only supporters shirts. And they are 400 Namibian dollars. Henrich watching from London. Where is Maharero and Haita? Maharero and Haita are. Maharero is on the bench, and Haita has had an injury for months. He's had an injury for months. And Maharero is also not on the bench. So I believe both of them are injured. Please, I'm asking this for how long? I DM them already, and the website, no replies. Wow, okay. And I would definitely, surely, interesting. And that is unfortunate, Shirley. I wouldn't want you not to get responses from the management of African Stars. So I will definitely write it down. I don't know how you can actually send your information. Okay, do this. Send your information. Send your request of a replica shirt to the inbox today. Send it today. Say Blue Waters versus African Stars. Hi, my name is Shirley. I would like a supporter shirt. If you guys can maybe have it sent to Canada, I'm ready to pay what. Right? I will tell the management on Monday to check their inbox thoroughly so that they can see that. Please send it on Instagram and please send it on Facebook. Please check the social media pages. If there's any number that's attached to any post about shirts or selling of anything, and maybe send a text or WhatsApp to that number as well. But I'm sure we can get it done. I'll remind the team on Monday to look for your message. Salazar is not on the bench, so he's injured. A question in the group from Mr. Kauta, who I owe a bar one chocolate, who is African Stars Soccer Club greatest ever player. I have my answer, but I'm not gonna say. It is imperative for management to initiate outreach to multiple companies in order to secure advertising slots during intervals or halftime television. I agree. I agree. I agree with your full comment, Mr. McShawn. I'm sure next season will be bigger and greater things as the champions defend and retain their championship. There was a question: who is the greatest African Stars player? Please make sure, if you know that question, answer that question. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of a home game for African Stars versus Blue Waters. It is 1-1. African Stars scored first through Romario Javera slow poison, a header coming from a corner from Awilo. And Blue Waters, luckily, maybe with their first attempt of the game, their first real attempt, scoring through a slightly comedy of errors at the back between Hambira and Garuka and Disiro, it must be said, and Erastus Kalula scored for Blue Waters. It's a very interesting name, Kalula. So the African Stars players maybe have been rattled in that halftime talk by Coach Ronnie Cananelo. Coach Kachipea for Blue Waters maybe enjoying the fact that his team equalized just before halftime. It's always good to score before halftime. Stephanus, Dion Dennis, he must have to take that shot. He tries to cross it in, and Arend does well with the defensive header, and David will probably clear. He does it, and it's a header for Stephanus. I mean, how did that ball from David to the clearance? It probably deflected off Dion Dennis, and it found Willie Stephanus with what would have been an easy goal for a man that has 15 goals so far, and he just couldn't put it in. Wow, great chance there for African Stars to go ahead in the early seconds of the second half. No substitutions for both teams, so both coaches really trusting their first 11. And a foul on Kambatu on Haifiku. Only one yellow card so far, which is for Abubakar Arend, the number 17 centre back, who is coming up for this free kick that will be taken by. Seems to be. It might be taken. Oh, it's very taken quickly. Almost trying to find Haifiku. That was Lazarus who took the free kick. And one player maybe has been impeded there from Garuka. Garuka is the strongest man in the league. If you tussle with him, you might end up hurt. And the medical teams have been called as a Blue Waters player. I believe it is Hobeb. And Hobeb is standing up, and it seems you will be able to continue. But still, throw in two Blue Waters. Kaimpi is, I believe, on the bench. Yes, he is on the bench. So he is here. Yes, he is here. Just confirming from these team sheets. Lazarus Kaimbe, yes. He is on the bench. Sorry, I need to confirm that once again. But good question about Lazarus Kaimbe. Blue Waters seem to be making a substitution as the free kick comes in, goes to the captain who tries a long range shot, trying to maybe use some of the wind, but safely wide and taken quickly there from Disiro. And Juja with a good header finding Stefanos. Stefanos will have to put that cross in, and he does. Come back to. Can't get that. And it is a substitution, whew, for Blue Waters. Then number 26, Iyalo. Junior John Iyalo is coming on for Hobib. Enrico Hobib. And Junior Petrus, who scored in the last game versus Orlando Pirates yesterday, is a danger player, the number 26. So another player to watch out for African Stars. The referee impeded the ball there, so it is given back to African Stars, and luckily it wasn't deflected again, giving Blue Waters a chance to attack. Jackson Johannes finds Juja. Juja on the left wing here. Johannes puts the cross in, safely away. But Stiga still has a second opportunity. Tries to put it back in, but again out from Blue Waters. Javera. Kambatu. My goodness. Juja came in with his head straight, and at the end did very well, it must be said, to defend that ball along with his goalkeeper Emmanuel. Yes, Joseph Juja is here, is playing. He's on the pitch right now, the number 21. He's playing left wing at the current moment. Header on there from Gurirab, but couldn't find Petrus. And Desiro just wastefully kicks it out. Petrus, back heel. Lazarus. Gurirab. Back heel again. Finding Junior Petrus. Very well there from Hambira. He read the danger. Javera comes back into midfield, trying to find Bakonja. And Bakonja just taken off the ball from our end, who did very well once again. Lazarus in the midfield. Ha! He chuffed his player, but Stiga did well. Stefanos. He goes wide. Kambatu. He comes for Dion Dennis. He did get past Arend, but Arend probably did enough just to put his player off. And maybe one of the elbows or one of the arms of Dion Dennis has clipped the back head of Abubakar Arend. And he's very much in pain here. I hope there is no blood or any open wounds, as it is behind the head, which is a very dangerous area to get a knock, but he is running, jogging, so that is good for the centre back Arend, who has done well so far for his team, his Blue Waters team. Florence is expecting a goal from Stefanes. I wish I could tell him. I wish I could tell him. Desiro just hitting the back of Javera. Doesn't look well for the cohesion of the team, especially at the back line. And Stiga again losing it for a throw into Blue Waters. Blue Waters will be looking at this and saying, these guys are not together mentally. Cross comes in. It is Haifiku. It's a simple header for Haifiku. Manuel Haifiku. The coach. Satipea. Pedro Satipea will be looking at that and saying, player, you could have done better. But those are the moments that Blue Waters are now starting to calculate, starting to put together. And the linesman signaled for a foul, which Coach Pedro Satipea was not happy with. But it is another foul, and this might be getting a little bit tense here between these two teams. And Garuka is not happy with that tackle. He is always going to be the first one to stand up, and he's fine. But that is going to be a yellow card for the Blue Waters player when he does stand up. And that's going to be a yellow card for Ngaruka, which is interesting. Wow. Apologies. I thought that was a yellow card for the Blue Waters player because it seemed like he was the one who peed at him. But that is a yellow card to number 18, Garuka. And Blue Waters are really looking at these moments and trying to mount some attacks as the Stars players look a little bit flustered. Ball comes in, cross comes in, Arend safely away there from Hambira. Ball comes back in, Arend has another header. And Bakonja got a little bit of a knock on the head. The medical team came into the pitch and he's still on the pitch. But play will continue as it is a free kick to African Stars. Bakonja. Kalula. Lazarus trying to find Gurirab. Too much on that, and it gets to the feet of Hambira. Good ball there to Juja. Good ball there between Juja and Stefanos. Juja has time. Dion Dennis, take a shot. And the shot comes through from Kambatu, but perhaps Dion Dennis had that moment for himself. He really closed the angle for Kambatu when that pass was made. And offside. Offside there. But a good opportunity for Stars. They are still here mentally. Here's Juja with the shot. We would have celebrated and just danced. The Red Army would have roared if that shot from Ibrahim Yosef went in. 186 of you watching so far in the stream. that I have here, I believe it is Facebook. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and tell all your football friends and family we are live. It is 1-1. It's a tense game. Points are on the line as Komas Nampo is winning versus Live Fighters. If you have any updates of that game, please put it into the chat so we can keep an eye on that. Here's the goal scorer for Kalula, the goal scorer for Blue Waters, just passing it to Afeni David, the right back, and he has been impeded. Afeni David, and he is down, and it will be a free kick to Blue Waters. Of course, there was the Nedbank Newspaper Cup over the international break, and I just want to, of course, send congratulations again to Omasati for winning that tournament. They won $35,000. So hopefully everybody gets the money that they are supposed to get from that 35,000. Those 21 under 21 year olds, and yeah, it's good money to win if you're playing football. 2-0 to Nampo, so definitely 3 points for that team. Here's the free kick for Blue Waters. Akume puts it in. Jeez. Safely up into the air by Njavera. Header from Johannes. Tackle, hard tackle from Dion, but no free kick given. And the ball finds into the hand of Kambatu, who has been impeded surely. And that is a yellow card to the substitute, Junior Petrus Ialo. He had to do what he had to do. Those clinical fouls will save your team, but that is a yellow card for the substitute player, Junior Petrus, who has a goal, of course. Him and Kurirab, the two players that scored on their game yesterday against Orlando Pirates, and they are still on the pitch. So still two danger men for Blue Waters as it stands. Kabatu, a low free kick, and it's out by his opposite number 7. And that ball does find Gurirab, but Stiga does well. Stiga had to be smart with that header. Stiga had to be very smart with that header, otherwise it would have been dangerous. And it's a little bit dangerous here for Blue Waters. Willow almost getting onto a nothing cross from Kambatu, but cleaned up by Blue Waters. Hafiku losing it in the midfield, and David tackling for a throw-in to Stars. Past the 60th minute so far in this game, so substitutes for both teams will be looming. Paulus, number 11, cross comes in, header! Oof. Jackson Johannes taking a right-footed cross. It's very not often that you see Jackson Johannes using his right foot, and Kambatu just there, just in behind, almost finding a header. He did get his head onto it, but all wide, and Emmanuel thankfully looking at the ball going wide. And it will be a substitution for African Stars here at the 60th minute. Paulus Aluhilu coming on. Bounce. The number 11 will confirm who will be leaving soon enough when the substitution is made, but the game goes on. Haifiku. Good turn. He finds Lazarus. Lazarus is free. Shot! And Gurirab, apologies, getting a shot on goal, but Desido did very well. In fact, it was a little bit of a tame shot, luckily for the Red Army, and Garuka was not happy after that. Absolutely furious at his midfield players for allowing that play to actually happen. But luckily for Desido, it was a tame attempt from Kurirap, the number 10. And of course, the substitution is that Dion Dennis will be leaving for Paulus. Going off, just number 17, 12 to the power. Coming on, just number 11, Paulus. So Dion Dennis is that player that leaves the pitch. And Dawilo just had a little bit of a knock on his ankle. I'm sure he's fine to continue, and he is fine to continue. So there it is. Juja will be slotting more into that midfield area where Dion Dennis has left, but Paulus will be going up to the right wing. Corrections, they have just switched again. Paulus is on the right wing. Stefanos is up front as the center attacking option. Juja is on the left wing, and Kambatu, Weturu Kambatu, is filling in that midfield area alongside Bakonja and Captain Stiga. Free kick for Blue Waters, taken by Toveni David. Headed out. Weturu Kambatu fighting hard. He does well. Still on the ball. Kambatu here. He has to use his left foot trying to find Juja. But Nambuli does well to clear in the feet of Paulus. Paulus gets muscled off the ball, and Junior Petrus finds some space. Trying to round Garuka. Garuka was not going to allow that. And luckily, Garuka is strong enough to impede the very quick and interested Junior Petrus on that left wing. Here's Paulus. Stefanos. Akumeb just clearing that. Bakonja finding it easy to Jackson Johannes. Bakonja with a good turn, but going into a midfield area that has fire, and he loses the ball. Karura. Very good contest there between those two players, Hambira and Gurirab. Good showing of football there between the two. Gurirab almost had a good turn on Ambira, but Ambira stood tall, got the clearance, and it has ultimately led in a goal kick for Stars. Taken quickly, in fact. Taken so quickly that it almost tries to find Stefanos. Stefanos is there fighting with Nambuli. But Nambuli clears it out for a throw-in, not allowing that corner to actually happen, which is done well in doing so. Kambatu. That game is getting very tense now. I'm sure the next goal probably would win it. So these players have to know that they need to stay concentrated. Blue Waters are 5th in the log, so they maybe just have 4th to fight for, but they know that they are maybe the bogey team, the rival team for African Stars. So Garuka has to keep his feet well against Petrus. He does it again, but Junior Petrus on that left wing is cutting through. He needs to be one to watch there on that left wing. Junior Petrus. Here's Tiga. Paulus. Not in the game here, Paulus. Almost a good through ball there for Gurirab. But Desiro is alert once again. Needs to be, because these margins are very thin for both players, and that is not offside. I mean, from the replay, you could clearly see that Nambuli was putting the player on. I mean, either way, game continues. Arend clips it through, trying to find Kalula, but Tisiro has an easy catch. Stefanos. Arend. They should start playing Salazar. Salazar is slightly injured. He's not on the bench, so I'm sure once he comes back from injury, he would have some part to play in the closing stages of the season. Salazar has 2 goals only this season, 1 assist, 2 goals so far this season. I'm sure he scored that winner in a game versus Live Fighters. Well, he scored a goal versus Live Fighters, not a winner. He scored a winner versus Civics, as African Stars won against Civics only by 1 goal, and Salazar scored the only goal there. So those 2 goals have been important from Salazar, but 2 goals for the number 9 striker is slightly underwhelming. But let's see how he does when he comes back from injury, and especially next season. Important minutes now in the last 20 minutes of the game. Coach Ronin Canelo has stood up from his technical area. He is looking for something that will give the Red Army all 3 points. It's crunch time now, especially knowing that Nampol has gotten their own 3 points. And perhaps, yes, the midfield with Bakonja, Stiga, and Kambatu is not a well-oiled midfield, a midfield 3 that has played many minutes together. Maharero would have been a good option just to put in that midfield area. But it is the substitutes that have been made. And that's Tofeni David just losing the ball out there and giving Stars a throw-in. Stefanos at the end with the header. Kalula. Almost a good 1-2 between Gurirab and Kalula. But in fact, Hambira could not do anything. But it is a free kick, maybe rightfully so. And Coach Sachipea just telling his player to maybe loft it in at the back post. Just want to make sure if this is Junior Petrus, the substitute, who is taking this free kick. The crowd shouting 2-1. It was a very good shot from Junior Petrus. This man is sharp, the number 26 for Blue Waters. Here's David. Kept in there from Kulula. Mbira, good tackle there. Give him that highlight, man. He's running through the midfield and he gets the ball to Juja. Juja gets the ball to Kambatu. This is opportunity. Kambatu with a bad touch. Kambatu with a bad touch. But cleaned up there well from Bakonja. Bakonja. Jackson Johannes. Kambatu. Bakonja. And maybe that ball looking for Paulus from Bakonja from midfield. Maybe not enough. There is a player down on the pitch for Blue Waters. It is Erastus Kalula, the number 23, the goal scorer for Blue Waters. So there might be a substitution have to be made for Blue Waters at this point in time. Come on, Blue Waters, being said by Veruca. Well, unfortunately, African Stars won through 3 points, so I would actually say, come on, African Stars. Game continues. Header out there from Garuka. And the cross still comes in. Header out from Charles. Chested by Stiga and was too much on his chest. But Garuka does clear. Here's David. Multiple substitutions for both teams in the next few seconds. Stiga does well. Paulus. Stefanus. They need to use Paulus and his speed. That is his danger point. So more counter attacking plays for African Stars would be favorable, but the backline of Blue Waters is rock hard. But either way, 3 substitutions. Bakonja coming off for Aubrey. And it is Haifiku and Kalula coming off for number 25, Kale Lo, and number 8, Dausap. So the goal scorer Erastus Kalula leaving the pitch for Blue Waters, getting handshakes from his bench players. The free kick came in from Willie Stefanus, but Charles Hambira almost getting that on his head, but nothing doing. And there is a foul already on the substitute player, number 8, Dausap. And the ball was rolling, so it needs to be taken again. Yes, number 25, Kakelo. Kakelo is the player that just came on now for Kalula. David with the free kick, header out, but still in the hands of Blue Waters. Aubrey, hard tackle there, finds the ball to Kambatu. Kambatu has to use his left foot, which he does. And Aren, which probably is close to man of the match so far, especially for the Blue Waters team at that centre back position. He is on a yellow card, but he's done very well to keep the African Stars attacking line at bay, almost single-handedly there. Aren. So well done to him, the number 17. Here's Stefanus. Tries to put the cross in, but it's easy for Emmanuel. Emmanuel and Arend actually having a disagreement here. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes left in this game. If the Red Army want to have good messages in the newspaper on Monday, they need to find this winning goal. As I said earlier, about 20 minutes ago, I'm sure the next goal will win it for either team. And watching live for African Stars TV, we are hoping that it will be African Stars who do get that all important winning goal. David finds his captain. Foul. Could be a foul there, but referee allows play to continue. Jackson Johannes. And that is a corner to Blue Waters. African Stars players need to get up. They need to keep their heads up. They need to stay strong. They need to be mobile. They need to mark a man because Blue Waters are getting their spirits under them. Cross comes in. Oh my goodness. And the Spirits almost gave Arend a goal. The Spirits almost gave Abdul Bakr Arend a goal. A clear header, almost similar to the one that Joseph Juja had in the first half, in the same position. Kurirab always finding himself behind Ngaruka, and Petrus, Junior Petrus, wanted to be too much of a hero. Kicks it well wide over the ball, over the goal. The goal scorers for both teams. The first goal was scored by Romario Slow Poison Javera, a header in the first half, around the 12th minute, from a corner taken by Awilo. And then in the closing seconds of the first half, a goal from Erastus Kalula. That ball is out, so Petrus couldn't able to put that cross in just before it went out. So it is a goal kick to Blue Waters. It is 1-1. It clearly states, Ellison, it clearly states on the, the screen that it is 1-1 between African Stars and Blue Waters. Look at your top right screen. Stefanos, this is his moment. This is his left foot. Oh, you know, it was very simple for him. And he knows it. And he knows it. It didn't need that much power. It didn't need that much anything. It just needed to be on target. And unfortunately, he kicked it well wide. Not well wide, just going over the crossbar. Unfortunate there for Willie Awilo Stefanos. Stiga. Foul on Kambatu. Let him play. Let the free kick be taken. African Stars preparing 3 substitutions as Kambatu comes onto this left wing, and Jackson Johannes gives a long cross in, and that is a corner, as Emmanuel did get some hand onto it, as Paulus was creeping at the back. Salazar is on the bench. Wow, yes. Apologies. Salazar is here, so he is coming on to the pitch. Wow, Comas Nampol is 4-0. Wow, that is definitely 3 points for Comas Nampol. Salazar, Damasep, and Gasep are the three players that are coming onto the pitch in the final minutes of the game. The corner comes in. It's a header. It's in the box. It's at whose feet? Who will be a hero? Kambatu gives it back out to Willie Stefanos. Stefanos breaks the left back, settles himself for the cross. Oh. And Emmanuel doing well to get that cross in. To get that cross into his hands. And perhaps the substitutions in the last 5-10 minutes of this game will be able to happen at this moment. 200 of you watching so far. Wow. So substitutions were Turu Kambatu and Ibrahim Joseph Juja leaving the pitch, along with Willie Stefanos, and that is Salazar, Damasep, and Gasep entering the game. So the top three of African Stars is new players, new substitutions. Let's see if these players can combine to get that all-important winning goal that will be probably one of the top 10 most important 3 points they have collected so far this season, knowing how tough this game has been here at the Independence Stadium. Thank you, Konja. Commentary needs to be fun. You guys need to also be entertained. So I am here to entertain. Jackson Johannes. Tisiro's coming out. Oh! No! Oh my goodness. The ball... an issue between Jackson Johannes and Desiro has led to Desiro thankfully only getting a yellow card for handling the ball out the box. It's understandable that the referee deemed it that he rolled himself out because of his momentum, but normally those things end up in red cards. But unfortunately for African Stars, with their substitutes just made, it was a tame moment. It was a nothing moment between Jackson Johannes and Desiro, and it has now led to a very, very, very dangerous free kick here for Blue Waters, and it will be taken by Gregory Akume, the left back, and his left foot is very, very sharp. His left foot is very, very sharp. I believe he's going to go low and he's going to go hard. So this needs to be very, very urgent. My eyes are open. Well, that's what happens. Pandulani Nekundi, the African Stars, the greatest player for African Stars, is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Subs need to be timed better. Always 3 subs in the final moments of the game seems like scrambling for 3 points. Yeah, scrambling for 3 points. It's not a favorable tactic of a move, but it is what it is. The substitutions have been made, and Shitema, you have been told to look to your top left corner of your screen. You will see the score. The first goal was scored by African Stars from Slow Poison Njavera, and Blue Waters equalized just before halftime from Erastus Kalula. Extra time is up to the referees, but in my view, it should be 5 minutes. David with the long throw in, safely out by Aubrey. Paulus has some time to work. He finds Salazar. Salazar's fouled. Moments need to mount out now for African Stars. They need to find themselves on the other side of the pitch. Here's Gossip. Gossip has pace. He's going to use it, and he does. Unfortunately, he had to impede David to try and get around him, but Gossip does use his pace well, Harold Gossip. So he would want to get on the ball, get in behind the Blue Waters defense. Header out there from Ambira. Aubrey flicks on. Another flick on from Salazar, and Gossip finds a fine ball, and Aubrey could have easily just given it back to Gossip, but a needless foul here from Aubrey, which gives the ball back to Blue Waters. Twafeni David, the right back, with this free kick. It's low, it's dangerous, but Stiga does well to clean up. Here's Gossip. Keeps the ball high. You need to keep the ball low. Cleared away from Stiga. Here's Damasep. Garuka. Hambira. Aubrey. Bad touch there from Aubrey. Has he not warmed up? Here's Gossip. He needs to find the pass, and he does. And he hasn't. Unfortunately, it's cut out there. But Stars get the ball back. Salazar. The through balls need to be on point if African Stars are going to get this winning goal. Extra time has not been signaled by the referees yet. So our timer is probably ahead. We started our stream probably a few seconds or minutes ahead. So we will get confirmation of that extra time. But here's Aubrey. He needs to find the pass, and he doesn't. Salazar. And here's Junior Petrus. He's a strong man, and he likes to run. Ambira needs to be quick, and Ambira is safe. Tovini David with the throw in. Junior Petrus. Tovini Davis looking for that cross, but good block there from Gossip. Seems to me like a draw is looming here for the Red Army. A point, 4 points from 2 games. It's not too bad, but Ongos FC might be looking at that and saying, if we can get 6 points from our next 2 games, it will put Ongos FC ahead in the log table. Here's Gazeb. He's a pacey one, and he does use his pace well. Salazar just needs to give it back to Gazeb, and he does. Gazeb needs to run. Now he needs to look up, and that's a foul, Mr. Ref. Goodness. There's where I become biased. But good run there from Gazeb. Pantuleni Nikundi saying he is not a midfielder, played out of position. Also, he needs to run out. He needs a run of games to get confidence. Replying to that message that Aubrey is old. I agree. He needs to have a run. He needs to get more accustomed to the team. We can't judge our players just in the few minutes that they've played. Stiga, that's a strong challenge and that's a fair challenge. Tamasep, good turn, find the pass. Trying to find Salazar, but Arend does well to clear. Aubrey is found by the throw-in. Jackson Johannes with the cross, but it's too low and it's too tame and too easy for Blue Waters to clear. Again, if this game ends this way, African Stars will fall to 57 points and Blue Water and Ongos FC will have 2 games in hand. And it has ended that way. And it is African Stars 1 and Blue Waters 1. So as it stands, Blue Waters will go to 39 points. They have a better goal difference than Mighty Gunners, so they will go to 4th. But again, African Stars will go to 57 points, and Ongos FC will be looking at that and wondering, wow, if we get 6 points from our next 2 games, it will mean that Ongos FC will be above by 2 points. So dangerous moments here for the Red Army and the Debmarine champions. A needless draw when they were supposed to win. My name is Emmanuel Nkoya, and we will go down to the touchline for interviews with the coaches and players. But thank you for joining us in the stream. Make sure you follow all the platforms of African Stars. We'll see you next time for the next game. Thanks for watching. Cheers.